All right, we just finished a fabulous presentation, and I wanted to continue this discussion as we have Coach Raleigh coming in. I wanted to talk to everyone about what's called NPL, neurolingual programming, and how I learned about NPL was really in my recovery from brain injury in 2013 because I was in hospital beds for 2.5 years. I had to learn how to walk, how to talk, how to do everything for myself. So this is a miracle by itself, which is written in a book. But here I wanted to bring you attention to NPL in communications, how politicians, how communicators, how doctors use NPL to reach out to patients, to those who are, anxiety, depression, sitting down in a dark corner. They use NPL in music, for example, is a great example of NPL. How many of you listen to music and get sad or get happy? How many of you listen to let's say a audio, a recording, and you can relate, or someone starts to tell a story and you can capture it? That's the power of NPL, and lots of psychological efforts go into sending somebody to the moon, to the space, and Alpha is one of the people who's done that. So I'm going to start right there and see. He did some research today to clarify for all of us Canadian. You work really hard in this country. I paid taxes for 30 years and the government still has my neck. They still want to take it from you. So he did an independent research of why those who are sorry, the favorite Canadian word is I'm sorry. Today, Alpha, I went to the gas station here, and we're going to keep this like CNN, 20 minutes short. So I'm going to be done in, less than 90 seconds. You can take over for 3 minutes. Tell us, why are people who are rich, why rich politicians are taking their money from Canada and investing in offshore accounts, offshore places like the islands, like places that the average Canadian does not know about. My friend, welcome to the program. So tell us a little bit about your research and how we can enlighten my friends and family, my Canadian fellow men and women, about what's happening in our system, because you're an outsider. You really don't care. What's happening in your country is your
Um,
business.
it was triggered by an event yesterday where one of someone who contacted us wanted to join in, and I realized that even though some African nations are included in the list of potential investors that are affiliates, that Canada and US weren't. So I was wondering why they weren't. So I just did some research off the cuff using ChatGPT and Copilot, as one does these days, instead of doing a Google search, so that it would summarize everything for me. I can share those findings with you, and I can share a summary. If I will share my screen. One sec. I'll share the screen
Wonderful.
quickly. Where is it? Share. Screen, entire screen, go. Oh, yeah, it's a second. Can you see my screen? Probably
Yes,
can't
sir. I
read
can
it.
see your
Okay,
screen.
okay. So I asked the question, why isn't why is Aurum not official in North America? And what it found was some research in or some links to Trustpilot, and various other, shall we say, online platforms that do research. And because it's not been registered or they couldn't find a registration for it per se in the States. And that doesn't mean it's not official. It just means that it's not officially presented or licensed. It's based in Dubai, which we know already, at least those of us online. Um, uh, and that the US and Canada and any platform offering trading Exchange services, especially in crypto, must comply with certain securities laws and transmission laws, licensing, KYC, know your customer, AML obligations. If Aurum has not been or has not obtained these licenses or registrations, they cannot legally offer service to US and Canadian citizens. Basically, this is a legal ease in the states where it protects you or protects your money in those environments, so that you can be uh, you are legally obliged to be able to have certain money that if people invest in your company or with your company, then should your company go under or bust or something like that, then there are um, places where the affiliate slash customer slash investor can go to see whether they can retrieve some of their money. So that is, I think, what the guy was talking about on the video earlier on as well, in terms of so far there has been nothing close to that, and everybody can take out their money as and when they wish. If
So
you take out your capital within a year, then there's a 35% penalty. Otherwise, you can take out the profit as and when you want. And there's the Zeus bot, AI bot, and there's also the AI bot, Pro bot. Uh, so you've got you have your options basically.
let me
You have the options, and also minimizing your risk. So that is what I found online,
thank you.
and I've checked it out. So
So
to
the
me,
other
the risk is low.
discussion, I just wanted to keep these short videos because really people have a short attention span. They're so distracted. Alpha's done all of the research you need why the rich people actually take their businesses out of Canada and have poor people working here, or average or middle class families working day and night just to pay bills. Why is this happening? Because they want to avoid the laws that they create themselves. They create those laws for you and I. Aurum Foundation is built, and I'm doing a lot of research. I'm going out of my own team. I'm joining other Zooms. As you can see, I do my own due diligence. Does that make sense, Al? Because my family's here says, no, wife, have you done your due diligence? Do you know where is this or how it works? Of course, I have to do it. I wouldn't mislead my family, a community of people I built on YouTube for 10 years into a rabbit hole that they will be cursing me out. Now I want prayers. I want people like Horton to speak out, like Raleigh to speak out, to see how they have changed over the last 30 days that we'll work on this project together. Raleigh, how this has impacted your life over the last 30 days.
Good morning, everybody. Coach Raleigh here. So, how this has impacted me is Arif has given me the platform to be able to express and share my knowledge about how people can become financially independent, and having new people like Alf, like Robert Wow de Sousa, Aaron, and you, Paul, is impacting me in a positive way. It will help me achieve my dreams of creating financially independent people just by sharing my knowledge, the same knowledge Arif has learned in the same previous company that we have. So for that, I'm very grateful to the leadership of Coach Arif and the addition of Aurum Foundation. So we're gonna make millions of millionaires. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, every book, everything you say comes to taking action. People can watch million videos and sit there and think themselves to the darkness, but you can take action today. Find out. Hortensis came and really learned it. She said, "I haven't mastered it," but she said, "I learned it." Right? Hortons, tell us why is it so important for people to come and learn this as working Canadians? Now that Alf discussed that why rich people are taking it, why? Because they put laws in place to taxes. Why is it important for people to learn the system? Hortense, can you unmute, please?
It's very important to learn this system because it can help us to live a life that we never expected
Yes.
to. And that hard working, you hardly see me because I got to work to pay the bills. And now I see a new future for my grandkids. That we can do things that I didn't expect that I could have done before. Now it's giving me an opportunity to do that
Yes.
and
One,
to learn.
mhm.
Also, I have learned a lot since I've joined this group. I've learned a whole lot of stuff that I never did before. Yes.
Hadi is just calling us from Japan, I believe. I have to see what he says, but you see how it's working, folks. If you have been neglecting all of these videos, all of these, recommendations, it's time you take action. It's time you do something. Alf, what's your thoughts on taking action? You are the first person who took action without even knowing me, my friend. I know Ralph. I know Horton's over there. I can go meet them. You took action without knowing me personally. What made you take action?
Well, it as I've said before, you don't get nothing out of nothing, and you can pray to your God and all the rest of it, but you need to take there even with faith, you have to have actions. And if we are God's hands and God's feet and God's resources on planet Earth, we need to do things when He puts things in front of us. We cannot be saved by saying God will save me when we are drowning and the boat comes and passes and expect angels to come from heaven. We have to, there are resources. God did not make tables and chairs. He made trees. We planted trees in the garden. We've cut down the trees. We've converted them into chairs, table, into furniture, and all the rest of it. He has given us certain resources to make, financial gains. Sorry, but I missed the boat, as I said, with Bitcoin back in the 2000s, and this is a rocket ship that is taking off like nobody's business.
Mm.
It's at the beginning of it, so we will be on Mars before people even step onto the ship. We're not selling tickets. We're advising people that the tickets are available. They're free, and all you have to do is go
Yes.
pick one up, talk
Yes.
to the next person. It's up to you to do your due diligence, as we've said, and you take it from there. Get on a rocket ship to the next planet, the next planetary system. If we hadn't sent, rock satellites to space back 40 years ago, we wouldn't be in interstellar space with Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Um, Things have advanced so much since then. Okay, so for things have advanced so much since then, and now I mean, we used to fly things to space with a mobile phone. The first moon landings were done with computers that had less computing than a mobile phone. Today, we are advancing. AI is the now and the future,
Yes.
and the quicker
True.
we use these things, resources to regenerate ourselves, we don't have to wait 40 years to get a pension now.
Then,
You can literally do it. From what I can see, I'm hoping to do it in less than 5 years. So, I can
I'll,
only say what I'm seeing. You can do what
I'll,
you want, but I'm not sitting on my backside doing nothing. I'm doing something with Aurum.
I'll feel so excited. I appreciate the enthusiasm, excitement. I wanted to keep this really short, but team building is what our passion is with Raleigh. We love to help people like Hortons to come here and to learn something. Whether they do anything with it or not, it's their choice. Everybody has the same knowledge. Everybody has the same 24 hours. Everybody has the same brain capacity. Everybody has a pen and paper. They could write things down or they cannot. I invite everybody to call the person who shared this video with you. If it's me, call me. If it's Horton's, call her. If it's Alf, call him. If it's Ralphie, and share this with somebody who's looking. Man, we're expanding. I'm very proud to be a founder, co-founder of such a great, powerful weapon, if you will. This is the weapon that Jesus, those believers said, in your hand, nothing stops you, really, because you have a credit card that will take you globally, and you just spend your profit and keep your money. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you on our team conversation. Looks like everybody's developing a culture, a team, and we're proud to come from backgrounds of building teams across the globe for the last 30 years. Thank you for your time.